Okay, guys, this video is going to be the third installment of this one for the learning guide for Unit 4, Chapter 7. We've got the Lesson 3. This one is about the Empresarios. This is settlement in Texas. So it starts off with the... Alright, I've got a bunch of emails popping up here. Got the colonization law of 1825. So that law is the one that opened up Texas to immigration from people from the United States. Okay, we've got all these different empresarios here that we're going to be talking about. So we'll be talking about those here in just a little bit. And then we'll also be talking about what the empresarios did, what their role was, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so next up, the first thing you've got to understand about Texas is still that ocean of grass. Okay, it's even under Mexico now. There's very little time to settle Texas. It's still wide open and empty. Mexico has, few who are willing to go and be settlers up there. They have some. Land is starting to get settled by ranchers and cattlemen who are starting to settle into Texas because of the land available. What is attractive about Mexico from the American standpoint is that land prices in the U.S. are just going through the roof. Okay, so they're going way up, higher than they've been in a very long time, which is starting to put a lot of pressure on Americans who want that part of that American dream. Okay, so then the other part of that is there's an economic downturn. Okay, I believe it's due to I'd have to double check on what that's due to, but the bottom line is land loans in the U.S. are hard to get and require a 50% down payment. Okay, so land loans in the U.S. Hard to get. All right, and they require a 50% down payment. That means you got to be able to buy half of the value of the land the first day. And most people in America don't have that kind of cash. They just haven't. They can't save that kind of money. Price of land is going high. The ability to get a loan to pay it off is getting scarcer. Bottom line is it's a problem if you want to be a farmer or own land. So the solution to both these problems, if you are an American and you want to have that farming, ranching lifestyle, well, the answer is immigration. If you are Mexico and you want to get Texas populated, well, the answer might be immigration. Get some people from somewhere else who want to come here. Now, we talk about this being still empty of humans. Yeah, but never mind all those folks who still live there. The deal with that is that perspectives back in the day, they were not multicultural. They most definitely did not consider the fact that, all these people who live a different way are human beings too. Okay? So the attitudes toward natives were definitely not culturally sensitive. They were racist and biased in cases. All right, so the Empresarios, Anglo settlement. In 1820s, Mexican officials hoped to establish different form of colonization by offering large land areas. So if you're the Empresario, you're like the leader of a settlement group, and you get the biggest chunk of land. However, the bigger chunks of land get divided up between all your settlers. And that's kind of the whole process here. So Empresarios are a land agent. They're basically a liaison between the Mexican government and the people that they're leading in to settle. They have a contract to do so, and they get rewarded if they do. The most famous one that we hear of starts off with Moses Austin. And Moses Austin actually ends up passing away. His son, Stephen F. Austin, leads 300 families from Louisiana. They become known as the Old 300, okay? And they come and arrive late in 1821. Basically, the effort is to secure the supplies that they'll need to survive and the support that they'll need to survive. But that's when they first get here. So there's a who, what, when, and all of that stuff for you. All right, Erasmus Seguin. Seguin, appointed by Governor Martinez to inform Moses Austin that the grant was approved. So this is just a guy who was kind of a pivotal figure in this, approval of this land grant, and we remember him as such because he is Hispanic, but he's also a part of this Anglo history of Texas. Martin de Leon is the only Mexican empresario to found a colony in Texas. He settled about 200 Mexican families near the coast. All right. Green DeWitt, he received a land grant from Mexican government to settle 400 families near Gonzales, but only 166 had settled by 1831. So the idea is that the empresarios are more or less successful based on their leadership skills and their abilities to get things done and get the needs of their people met. All right, so those are primarily our empresarios or political figures that are related to that. So know what an empresario is. Use these dates and things that are in here to help you conduct your timeline. Be working on that. Have a set of notes and be ready for the test on Monday. Y'all have a good evening.